Hey Billy, and whoever is watching this, I just watched your video, Billy, on one consciousness, and made me want to respond to it. Also, I have a sinus infection, so my normally manly voice sounds even more manly, just for a heads up. Right. One consciousness is something that I frequently wonder about. A handful of times I have found myself running into a lot of synchronicities. Generally, this comes on in random spurts of my life, such as for a week or so it will happen. I feel that every time this happens, this is when I am the closest to where I'm supposed to be at, when I am most aware and perceptive of the happenings around me. It is when I am most fluid and flexible. It's when I've got the right idea. I start to notice the synchronicities one after the other. Generally, it will start off with me thinking about a few different people, and then seemingly immediately after I hear from them in some form or the other. I will think of talking to them or asking them to hang out, and then right after they talk to me or ask me to hang out. Or it will be such that I just have a feeling they will talk to me, and then right afterward they do. Another thing that happens is that I'll be reading a book or watching a show or simply thinking about a few different concepts. And then, not long after, those same concepts pop up somewhere else. Someone I'm talking to will bring those same ideas up, or I'll watch a movie, and in the movie, the concepts or things I had just recently seen will be mentioned. It's as if I'm meant to see or hear about these particular concepts for some reason. It's as if I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I'm learning or absorbing these concepts for a legitimate reason. Aside from synchronicities, I'm also extremely perceptive to future events or buried feelings of others. I'm able to foresee an ending to something, and almost all of the time it ends up happening in that exact way. Not only that, but also I'm able to pick up on indirect messages or indirectly sent emotions or feelings. I can decipher the reason behind the action down to its true meaning without the person even having to say much at all. I can see through it. I can predict the outcomes of many things and see through to people's real intentions or emotions about a situation. A few instances of synchronicity happened to me yesterday. I had been watching a few different TV shows and was just relaxing for the night. I thought for a little about asking my friend to go to a movie with me. For some reason I didn't ask, but I was still considering it. Then, a little under an hour later, that same friend asked me to go to a movie. So I went to the movie with her, and then even in the movie, there were ideas or things mentioned that were things I had just seen in the TV shows I was watching not long before. I had seen a bit of a show about Orion's Express, which is the train that is in the book The Polar Express. And also in a different show, the characters in it mentioned something called Someday People, which is when two friends agree that if they don't meet anyone in 30 years or so, that they'll get married. Both of these things that I saw in the shows were mentioned in the movie, and like pretty close together too. I know these might not be the most strong examples for synchronicity, but this is just like one instance of things that have happened that make me think of this, that seem to be more than just coincidence. And thinking about all these synchronicities starts to make me think about one consciousness. Maybe the reason that both my friend and I thought of the same thing around the same time is because we're all sharing the same consciousness. Maybe that's also why I accurately predict many events. Maybe that's why my gut feelings and my intuition are always on key. Maybe it's because we are all connected through our thoughts and actions. Maybe our connection extends farther than merely sharing similar DNA. It seems to be this way. That would also explain nonverbal communication and telepathy. Sometimes it is freakishly cool how you can just look a person in the eye and see what they're thinking or see how they're feeling. It's weird how you can also have a person or two that you're really close to that seems to be on the same wavelength as you. They say or do like the same exact things that you do, and they seem to be the same around the same time too. It can even go so far as to actually saying or doing the exact same things at the same time. Does this mean that this person is closer to you in consciousness than others? That's where this one consciousness thing gets confusing, because then you could ask, why is it that some people seem to be more connected and related to your path or way of thinking than others? If we're all one consciousness, then wouldn't we all be highly connected, and wouldn't we all share tight parallels with other people, with all other people? But why is it then that there are some people that we feel little or no connection to? Why do some people seem to be on some far-off wavelength, far away from yours? These people you feel almost no connection to, and everything you say and do seems to be the exact opposite of what they say and do. This person seems to be on some far different wavelength than you are. What can explain this in relation to the idea of one consciousness?